Whether you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, at any point in life, I want you guys to know that you are not at the end. You are at a turning point, and this is just the beginning. Look, we all have the pen to control and write the story of our own lives, right? I want to start off by just talking about a few examples that I've been through life where I thought it was all over. I'm not gonna lie. Look, I'm gonna let you guys know there was some situations. We all go through financial setbacks, emotional setbacks, money, career setbacks. Personally, I'm 24 years of age. I'm finished school. I'm gonna just start off with a story so I don't waste your guys' time or nothing like that. But there's been a few examples where I thought one door closing for me meant everything. Yet, it was just an opportunity for me to readjust and evolve into the person I was meant to be. Sometimes entrepreneurship is about evolving with the trends in the market, but life is about evolving within your purpose. And I feel like this video, if it came across your For You page or the algorithm is working, then I'm gonna talk to y'all because I just feel like it's important. I've gotten set back a little bit with looking for myself in other people. And when you don't find that, it takes a lot for you to rebuild yourself, right? But I look at those moments where I had a girl where maybe I spent too much money on her, maybe I gave too much love right away, maybe it just didn't work out for whatever reason. And those things, they took me some time to I felt like, what am I doing in my life? What's happening? But then I bounced back. But what I realized about the bounce back is that I took a lot of lessons within that process, right? Learning to be more patient with myself, learning how to communicate with different people, because you're gonna understand that everyone's unique. You're gonna understand that you change every 7 years, whether you like it, physically, mentally, psychologically. We're always evolving. Now, I could have let that situation kind of bum me down and feel like, you know what, it's not worth trying love ever again. And as of right now, I'm just hungry. I'm trying to get to where I need to get to. But the biggest lessons that I learned from those things was myself, seeing myself in others, seeing my own weaknesses, seeing the habits that carried on to relationships or things that I took from relationships. At the end of the day, it was a turning point for my life. Now, not only just with relationships, I think the best thing I could even talk to you guys about was maybe second year university. I was becoming a resident advisor. Resident advisor means one of those people that you're a tenant, but you take care of the other students and facilities that they have on campus. Now, it was all good for the most part. Juggling 5 classes was hectic, but on top of that, just realizing that I had an opportunity to also be on campus and live there for free, even though the money was just going straight into tuition and the rent. But there was an instance where I won't really say what happened, but it was on me, an invasion, or there was a breach of protocols on my part, and I lost the job, right? Now, this is a time where, honestly, I lived far from school. I needed that job. And on top of that, I did like the position that I was in, being able to have influence within the school. It tore me down because it shifted my focus. But it shifted my focus into trying harder and looking for more opportunities outside of work. And I did that. I took the entrepreneurial approach. I remember I was in second year university, me and my boy and this one girl, shout out Surveyor and Jackson, smart people, and Minaj. We made a 3D litho art system. Basically, we took a 3D printer that we all purchased, made a website, put people in position to win, and we created lampshades. So I'll take a picture of you like this, and then you guys know lampshades, when you turn them on, it lights up the outer brim of it, right? We imprinted photos into that image and basically just sold it for a little bit. Now, I just remember majority of my life has always felt that I tried so many business models, I'm talking about MLMs, multi-level marketing, I'm talking about gas sector, I'm talking about door-to-door sales, I'm talking about every industry, service job as an employee, from Uber Eats to storage and supply to throwing stuff and lifting heavy things. But entrepreneurship is what really taught me the most growth and the most lessons that I could take from myself. One, you can't do anything without God. It is extremely important to not only have a routine, but have a firm foundation within your business, within your school, within that. Because I just realized that I got tired of losing and I want to bet on myself. But betting on yourself comes with more difficulties because you're gonna learn and have to adjust and then grow and change and then take a loss and grow and learn. So it's a continuous cycle. life is always like this, is how I like to look at it, right? We go up, we go down, but it's about not knowing how to just stay at the top and forget where you came from. But when you're at the lowest point, you also know how to adjust. You know how to regulate when you're at the high to find more opportunities. So when you get down, you know how to climb back up. That is one thing I could say about entrepreneurship that, I ain't gonna lie, really opened up a huge door for me. Now, these setbacks that I had when I lost that job, I was thinking that I didn't really know what was going on, because I didn't understand the whole journey of where I'm trying to go, right? It's important to say, hey, I want to quit smoking. I want to hit the gym more this year. I want to, but if you're not tracking your success, you're not going to see much progress. If you don't put that 3-month goal of the year, there's 4 quarters. Every 3 months, you should be reassessing and checking yourself to see, hey, how did I start this year off? Where am I currently at? And how am I going to finish off to make sure that I hit these small, short-term goals? Now, I feel like everybody feels like they're running out of time in their 20s. Me personally, it's something I can attest to. But I don't know what it is. I feel like just wanting everything too fast, right? When you don't have a long-term plan, wanting everything too fast can seem to be the norm for what we see on social media, for what we see from our friends, from what our family expects from us. But the main thing here is just to be kind to yourself always, and know that you are putting in the work. Know that you are putting in the work, and know that you are being disciplined and trusting the process. Now, I've had some moments in life where, I don't know if I really want to say everything, but school wasn't exactly for me. I always actually question if I had never finished my degree, what would have been like if I stayed more consistent with this whole YouTube journey? It's a question, because there's those who teach and those who do and those who learn by doing, right? Now, as far as that whole education process, I felt like majority of my education experience, I've had to restart. It's always been a constant learning curve, but the things that came easy to me, like talking to people, connecting with others, and also instilling value in the connections that I make, because those are what I find important to me. Now, I got some things for you guys. If you have ever related to a bad job that pushed you towards entrepreneurship, a bad or failed relationship that pushed you into finding new perspectives about yourself, or financial struggles that you've dealt with being at your lowest point, but then God bless you, how did you manage those situations after? I want you guys to ask yourself that question. Because I feel like sometimes when we pray for the things that we want so much and then we get it, a prayer that I want everyone to cut to their own routine is, God, help me to keep the things that I pray for. God, help me to manage the things that I pray for. God, help me to move with urgency. Do not procrastinate the things that you've given me, right? I feel like that's so important. I feel like it's so important because people fail to realize that growth, especially in your 20s, is not about stacking all these wins that could be just seen for the public and everything like that. No. Stacking these lessons so you can prepare for what you're building. You understand? Having a foundation is cool, but being prepared for bad weather, being prepared for home invasions, being prepared for lawn damage, lawn care, whatever is a part of the qualities of owning a house, right? It comes with a lot more than just building a foundation, paying the money, and going about your business. Nothing in life is coming that easy, and that's why I want to hold myself accountable to doing difficult things like this. Setting up the camera and talking is the easiest part. Editing and staying true to myself is something that maybe you guys feel like you go through the same things, but having a system and trusting the fact that I said I was going to shoot 30 to 60 videos. I said I was going to apply for X amount of jobs. I said I was going to stop talking to these amount of girls or these type of girls and trying to track your progress. It's important. Now, one thing I've noticed is that every entrepreneurship pivots in life, and that's why you should too. You cannot be just sitting down, brain rotting, looking at social media thinking that, you know what, one of these days when it just hits big for me, it's all going to make sense. Because it's not. In business, evolution is survival, right? In entrepreneurship, evolution is purpose. And I feel like being purpose-driven men, I want to encourage all the men out there, women out there that are just living life for other people, to live for yourself, to really ask yourself what that core question inside of you, what do I feel that I need to be doing for this earth? How will I leave my legacy? How can I impact my neighborhood? How can I impact my community? How can I impact my sisterhood, my brotherhood? The main things that I want to talk about and impact them, because it goes more than just we want everything too fast. Let's just quit now. Or I go through life setbacks and you know what, I'm in my head, so I refuse to bounce back. Or no, the mind is so important, the power of the tongue is important, and how you go about these little setbacks, turning points, pivot points determines the character that you have to succeed. If you think you're capable, if you know you're capable, it's what you do in those moments that determine your future. So the one thing I want to challenge you guys today is doing that one uncomfortable thing, right? Some of y'all have talked about you want to start a business. Some of y'all talked about you want to get into barbering. Some of y'all talked about you're going to start a new Instagram page. You're going to go travel these amount of places in the world. Now, yes, working and having a plan for those things makes sense, but I'm talking about a skill set. I'm talking about a habit being broken. I'm talking about a mindset shift. What's one thing that you guys could challenge yourself to make sure that you're actually sticking to your word, to make sure that you're actually seeing the growth and the progress that you wanted and applying that to also see the opportunities that are lying right in front of you every single day. The main thing that I want to just bring back to tie this all together is that when I lost my job, that was uncertain. When I lost my girl, that was uncertain. When I lost my health, that was uncertain, right? So I want to let you guys know that there are so many variables in this life that are uncertain. But what are you going to do about that to make it certain? I hear successful people all the time talk about how a little bit was just luck. But most people you find, first of all, they give credit to God because he's a man above. But most people say it was just luck, but sometimes trial and error can lead you to luck. Sometimes opening all the right doors can lead you to that opportunity that you've been missing out on. So don't get in your head about thinking about what you currently lost. You haven't lost anything. It's a current setback. It's a minor setback for a major comeback. I want you guys to know that. If you can thrive through uncertainty, it's just like the idea of doing a 75 hard. So I challenge you guys. When you do things on hard mode 24/7, when you get to the point that you want to get to, life mode becomes easy. And I want it to be easy for every single one of y'all that is watching this. So find something new for yourself. Develop that skill. Develop breaking or adding that habit. And challenge yourself to embrace the turning points, embrace the challenges that you have to navigate through. Because I believe in you. I believe in myself and I believe in you. Because if I was able to get out of these tough spots, I'm only sharing what I wanted to share with y'all. But life happens for all of us. Heartbreak, loss. It's been a lot. It's been a long journey. But like I said, think about the things I have said. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe catch you guys on the next one. Peace.